Hi, everybody. Happy Wednesday. So glad you could make it to the stream. So happy to see you all. What's up, Yellow and Bill and Mats again, and the million other viewers who are lurking the stream, who I know are real and are not a figment of my imagination. How are we doing today? How's your week going? Sorry I keep setting the stream to unlisted. It's actually not my fault. YouTube does it by default. Why does it set streams to unlisted by default? That don't make no damn sense. It's really annoying. Anyway, the maximum amount of XP you can get before the stream starts is 75. Because it maxes out at 75 until the stream gets a little bit in and then the cap starts raising because it's a stupid system. But if you pay money, you can raise the limit artificially via pay-to-win methods. Just FYI. I'm not dying when I wake up. I think I'm finally over the flu. That's great. Glad to hear it. I'm just fine. Yellow. What's up, Gwendolyn? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate that. Gonna be a bit of a shorter stream today, probably because I got a bit of a late start, and I'm also preparing myself bodily and mentally for the 24-hour live stream that's this weekend. Y'all looking forward to that? The 24-hour live stream that begins at 7 a.m. Pacific time on Saturday, the 17th of January. It's gonna be great. We have a theme this time. We haven't had a theme for a long time. We had a theme for like the second 24-hour stream, but ever since then it's just been kind of the Wild West. And the problem I started to have was that like every 24-hour stream it felt like we were playing the same games. We would pick like one or two new games to play, but then we would just like go back to like the same few ones. So this time we were like, let's do a themed 24-hour live stream. And so we have a bunch of brand new games to play. Bunch of brand new stuff to do, and it's all job simulators. It's going to be a 24-hour work shift. It's going to be great. Do you have a beverage? I do, actually. Yes, I have some turmeric chai inside this lovely mug that I got in Vienna. It's like one of those transition mugs. The Rat House here. This building's called the Rat House. It's all black when the mug is just hanging out, but when you put warm water in it, the rat house exposes itself. It's kind of cute. And I got that from the Christmas market in front of the rat house. If YouTube still takes 50%, then I ain't paying. I'd rather give you 100% of my money to you than give YouTube a cut. Well, hey, that's fair enough and a valid reason. And I can't remember if it's 50%. Twitch takes 50. I think YouTube is lower, but YouTube still takes more than Patreon. So Patreon is still the best way to support the channel. And you're already on there, so you've done your part. What's up, Preston? How are you? Welcome to the stream. So glad you could make it. Nice of you to join. We're going to be playing some American Truck Sim today. Where's the kitty? She's sitting on the couch right now. She just laid down her head. She's going to sleep. It is nap time for Luna. We were napping on the couch together. Well, not really napping. I was laying on the couch with Luna for a few minutes before the stream. She was napping. I was just scrolling Reddit. I'm fighting my dog. Where? In like the wrestling pit? Are you getting in the octagon with that son bitch? Showing him what's up? All right, let's play some American Truck Sim. We're going to be playing some American Truck Simulator today. Everyone's favorite game. I haven't done the Louisiana DLC yet, so it's time to do the Louisiana DLC, an American Truck Simulator. It's going to be awesome. We need a live Luna reaction cam. It would just be her sleeping the whole time. He's low-key winning, but I'm not doing bad myself. You got to nut up. You got to nut up and take that dog down. Show him what's up. I have been to Louisiana, actually. Many years ago, we went on my family went on a family vacation to New Orleans. I don't really remember it, I was really young. I have a vague memory of New Orleans. But that's about it. It's pretty I pretty much don't know it at all. Didn't I, the last time I streamed American Truck Sim, hire like 4 new drivers and and buy a bunch of trucks? I'm gonna take a look at my trucking company management info and see how my new truckers are doing. By the way, how's everyone doing this week? What have you guys been up to? Any games you're playing that you're excited about? Any books you're reading that you're happy about? Any movies you're watching that you just can't wait to share more about? Okay, so we want to go into Louisiana. Let's start in Pine Bluff, Arkansas, and work our way south. Where is New Orleans? New Orleans is right like here, yeah? Let's try to work our way towards New Orleans. You did. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. Driver manager. How many drivers do I have now? Oh, wow. I got 6 drivers. Fucking sick. Okay, so these are my company profits. I guess this must have been the day that I hired everybody and bought all those trucks. That was the day I went into the negative profits wise. But what other trucks do I own? I got trucks all over the damn place. This is my truck, I think. Oh yeah, I bought them all a bunch of generic trucks. These were pretty cheap trucks, I think. I can't remember. And old boy Edgar has one of my old trucks. Nathan's got one of my old trucks too. This was a nice truck. I remember this truck. That was the Thanos truck. And then Valentino here's got the same generic truck as everybody else. Everybody else got one of these Peterbilts. How much money did I spend? I still have $500,000 in the bank. I'm rich. I'm reading Dungeon Crawler Carl, and someone's toes were getting sucked. What are you reading? Oh, you mentioned this last stream, didn't you? Everyone said it was like really weird. Replaying Pokemon Emerald. Pokemon Emerald is an all-timer. That's like that generation is peak to me. That was like the top of the game for Pokemon. You can see a lot of people point to like the Diamond and Pearl generation, whatever that generation number is, as like their favorites. Mine was the Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald. Those are like, ooh, that's some good Pokemon right there. In the middle of a battle between a YouTuber and his audience over what Persona game I should play. I mean, listen, you should probably listen to everybody else. The thing is, from my perspective, I was thinking Persona 3 is a better game, so you should play Persona 3. That's what I was saying. They are right, though, that if you play Persona 3 first, you will not like Persona 5 as much. Me, personally, it took me a couple of playthroughs to even get through Persona 5. I'm sure you'll like Persona 5. I just think Persona 3 is a better game. But they are probably right that you should play Persona 5 first because Persona 3 is better. It really depends on what's more important to you. I guess it's really a... Wow, that's a long trip. That would be worth... That's $159,000. I'm not doing that trip, but it would be fun. I need something that's going to Louisiana or in the direction of Louisiana. Even if it's just like further south in Arkansas. I don't want to go all the way to Victoria in Texas. I don't want to go all the way to fucking McAllen, Texas. Do we have nothing that's going to Louisiana? No one needs to take freight from Arkansas to Louisiana? There's got to be something. I guess I could go to Texas if that's... I could also go to Little Rock. I could take one of these cheaper loads to Little Rock if there will be better freight options there. Ah, no, here we go. Alexandria, Louisiana. $4,000 job. Very, very cheap, but it will take me into Louisiana, which is what we're aiming for. Let's do it. I'm playing with only poison types because it's my favorite type. I feel like there's going to be some moment in the game where you get fucked, but I don't remember the gyms or whatever well enough to know for sure when / if that'll be. I remember when I played, I think it was for Pokemon X or Y, I like breezed through the whole game and I got to like the Elite Four, and there was like one weakness, like a singular weakness that I did not have covered. And that was the weakness that one member of the Elite Four, had, and my entire team got wiped because there was like one thing I forgot to account for, and I was pissed. I was pretty pissed about it. I'm doing swell, Luke. How are you? I'm about to drive some empty pallets from Arkansas to Louisiana. Now you gotta wonder who needs empty pallets to be taken anywhere, because like I've worked in like the distribution world for a long time, and the thing is like pallets just get places, you know. A lot of times you end up feeling like you have too many. I used to work somewhere that they would just fucking throw them away. They would recycle them. They would have a company come and pick them up and get them recycled because we just would collect pallets. So there's not really a lot of need to buy pallets in general. I'm assuming I'm taking these from like a pallet building company somewhere, because that's the only situation I can see where empty pallets need to be taken anywhere. Because otherwise, like, you're just gonna get more pallets. They just show up. Nothing even needs to get delivered on them. Sometimes you'll just have a pallet arrive in your warehouse and you won't know where it came from or why, but it'll be there. Who up all night emptying their pallet? Funnily enough, the arc I'm on in Dungeon Crawler Carl is a Pokemon arc. What do you mean a Pokemon arc? What is this book? I don't understand. I'm reading right now The Diamond Age on Bill's suggestion. I asked people what books I should read, and there were some good suggestions, but I felt like I owed Bill like a suggested piece of media, because Bill loves suggesting media to people, and I don't think any of the books I've read were on his suggestion. He was happy that I read Dune, but I didn't read Dune on Bill's suggestion. I just read it because I was interested after the book. Or sorry, after watching the movie. So I started reading Diamond Age on Bill's suggestion. It's pretty enjoyable. It's a very interesting cyberpunk story. I'm feeling pretty bad for Hackworth right about now. I don't know if I should in the long run. Maybe he's going to turn out to be a real shithead, but I kind of feel like Hackworth's not that bad of a dude. He's not that high up in the world. He's not really like a shitty 1%er. He's just like a little bit higher than some people. But he doesn't really seem super like full of himself or anything. And he was just trying to do something good for his daughter. And old Harv had to go and fuck that up. Like father, like son, I guess. Harv's a good kid, though. He does bad things to people who may or may not deserve it, but he's good to his family, at least. All right, empty pallets. Let's go to Louisiana, my friend. How long is this trip? 4 hours? I don't even need to sleep. Speaking of cyberpunk, I don't think I've seen or heard of any steampunk anime/manga for some reason. They definitely exist, but it's definitely not something that's been touched on in a while, I feel like. Steampunk, I feel like, has really fallen out of fashion. I think it was very popular, very, very, like, considered very cool when I was, like, in my teens, in my younger years, but now as an adult, I feel like nobody's making steampunk shit no more. Which is crazy, because I feel like everyone thought steampunk shit was cool. Open thy gate, peasant. Sorry, everybody. OBS decided to off itself. We should be back now. The gate cut. Move over, Mac. I don't know. OBS just decided to, like, stop. working, like my bitrate dropped dramatically, and then I like tried to like exit OBS so I could restart it, and it wouldn't stop. So I had to like take it into my own hands and go task manager style on that hoe. And now we're good again. So hi everybody. Audio is a little desync. You might need to reload for that. That shouldn't be caused by OBS. That might be because I had to restart it. Or it'll get better over time. I don't know. Do you like the game because there's a type of truck called Mack? That is an influencing factor, but I would say the main reason is that trucking fun. You know? Trucking be fun. I like trucking. I like driving my truck from place to place. Move out the way and got time to wait. Was that a rhyme or a slant rhyme? Or was it not a rhyme at all? I don't know. I'm illiterate. I never learned how to read. When you start micromanaging apps, Task Manager becomes your best friend. I feel like I have to like constantly touch in like Task Manager here and there just to find out what apps are running without permission. I hate so much how many apps you'll like install for like one thing and then they just run in the background forever. It's like, brother, you do not need to be on right now. I am not using you. There's an app that I need to use my like drawing tablet that I use to draw Patreon doodles. And when I installed the app, it would just run in the background forever. Like, dude, I don't need you on unless I have the thing plugged in. So I had to go in there and take a fucking crowbar to that app's knees, you know? It's a relaxing game. I'm just bad at not speeding. Nah, we got plenty of time. There's no need to speed. Cruise control is there. If cruise control wasn't there, it'd be hard not to speed because the pedals are less tactile than they are in real life. But with cruise control, it's fine. We can just take it at our own pace. Getting a new computer with fresh data saved my life. That's why I like every couple years will do like a reset of my computer. I did this just last year. I like fully reset my computer. Is Mac dying again? No, he's not. He shouldn't be anyway. I did like a full reset of my computer. Like I did like the reinstall Windows but keep your files kind of thing, and it helped. It definitely helped. Like you incur like a technology tax over time, where there's just like fucking random files and processes that are fucking up your shit that seem to have come out of nowhere. And doing a little reset kind of helps you find out where those problem points are and get rid of them. Get the 10,000 horsepower mod. If you tried Desert Bus, I feel like you'd like it. I haven't, Luke. I haven't, but I know of it. I have put more than 100 hours into American Truck Sim and almost 100 hours into Euro Truck Sim. I'm like a certified trucker. Like it's I've got a lot of hours on the clock, you know. I legitimately feel, and this might be pure folly, but I legitimately feel that if I went to a trucking school, I could get through it very quickly. Like, I wouldn't need to learn too much. I've already got a handle on like parking. I'm pretty good at parking with the trailer. It's harder than it looks because you turn one way and the trailer goes the other way. So you have to like figure it out mathematically, like how do I angle it in the right way? You know, it's hard. And I've got like a lock on like the acceleration times and the braking times. I bet I could zoom through trucking school. Did you see the video about how American Truck Sim has a problem with modeling the Northeast US because it's too dense for their scaling? I wouldn't be shocked by that. I feel like they just have to start, you know, like deleting cities, you know, and just pretending there's more like empty space between cities, ultimately. You should do it. You'd be a great trucker. Truckers are masters of the wheel. Parking is a bane of my existence. I had to learn to drive a 25-foot box truck for work, and I dreaded it. See, I think I would. I might enjoy like a trucking job if it was like for a local company that like drove, I don't know, 2-3 hours away at maximum. If we're talking like a cross-country trucker, that's not for me, because I don't love the idea of like 12-hour days, being away from home for a week, very very rarely getting to be at home. I couldn't fuck with that. But if we're talking like driving a local route where you still get to like clock off at the end of the day and go home and enjoy life, I might vibe with that. I wouldn't do it at this point in my life. I think it would be too much of a tax on me physically, and I probably wouldn't pay as well. Actually, it probably would pay as well as my current job, because truckers are in desperate demand. But Glassdoor keeps recommending trucking jobs to me for the last few days. That was what I did. It was a retail delivery trucker, delivered appliances and such. I drove a box truck for an old job. It's not too bad, but the air brakes are AIDS. It's one of those things, like when you get down to like the realities of like doing this kind of line of work, it's not something I would want for myself. I like it in theory. It sounds nice in theory, but it's the realities that really get you. I feel like a lot of things in life are nice in theory, you know? Mack would rather retail delivery truck or Vecna. Exactly that. I have, and like, it sounds ridiculous for me to even suggest that like playing American Truck Sim or Euro Truck Sim would make me capable as an actual truck driver, but this game is used as like training, like early training for some trucking schools. Like it is legitimately used as a learning tool, and they try really hard to make sure that like the trucks have realistic physics and stuff. The only thing this game, you sound like Sky King. Who's that? I don't know what that is. The only thing that they don't really have in this game is other drivers being fucking morons. They have it a little bit. Sometimes drivers in this game will just cut you off or brake really suddenly. But for the most part. I wouldn't mind a long-haul trucking job, but I also am a bit of a loner with no pets or kids or partners. I like the idea of like long-haul trucking in theory. Again, it's all very much in theory. Like I can imagine myself having like a truck with like a really nice bed in the back. You know, what are they called? The sleeper cabins. The one I have in this truck, you know, little table, little space to sleep. Maybe you can get a TV. And if I could like bring Luna with me, that'd be pretty lit. But then you get down to like the sitting. The sitting is what really kills it. You know, having to spend that much time in life seated is no good. And like truck driver working conditions are horrible. Like the timelines they have to work under are ridiculous. If it was like understood by freight companies and the general populace that like truckers need to like stop every hour to like stretch for like 5 minutes, that'd be one thing. But no, you cannot. You will not be able to keep to your timeline if you do. What's up, Oatless? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate that. I'm really realizing that this mug is rather small. I'm going to run out of tea very quickly here. Maybe I'll prepare more later. I don't want to make myself piss a bunch of times. Skippy, what have you been up to, brother? I haven't heard you talk about gaming much recently, or maybe I'm forgetting. What video games have you been playing lately, if any? Or maybe you're not on that video game grind. Maybe now that you're back to work, you're like, I played too many video games during my break. I need a little video game sabbatical. I kind of felt like I needed a video game sabbatical. Right before my like vacations, I was like starting to like kind of get sick of gaming. I've been playing too many games recently. And I really haven't played much since I got back from my trip. I played a little bit of Grim Dawn. I've played a good chunk of Mega Bonk. But that's kind of it. I've been like reading a lot and focusing on my videos a lot. Currently playing Tainted Grail. I bought that while it was on sale, but I don't know when I'll get around to playing it, if ever. I gotta finish Final Fantasy 16 before Green kills me. Although she has no grounds to kill me because she's never gonna play Clair Obscure again. Look at that dude over there, standing next to my side view mirror. I know it's different, but I've been loving Final Fantasy 14. I loved Final Fantasy 14 for a good probably 50 hours or so. Ever since then, like, I'm still kind of pissed about this. Honestly, I'm still kind of pissed about this. I like tried to get people to play Final Fantasy 14 with me, and like Green in particular refused to play Final Fantasy 14 with me because she was like, "I'll get addicted. I'll never stop playing it." So I decided to play it by myself. And I sunk probably 50 some odd hours into it, and then like I lost interest in it and I stopped playing it, and a few months later Green got into it all of a sudden. And she's sunk like thousands of hours into it, gotten super deep into the game. That was my chance to have a true MMO experience where I play it with friends, I get through it, I do raids, and it was taken from me because my friend didn't want to play games with me. She was right about the addiction sentiment. She was 100% right. But why couldn't she have gotten addicted at the same time as me? Why'd she have to get addicted alone? We could have done heroin together, but she decided to do it all by herself in her room. I tried to do Season of Discovery with you, lol. The thing is, I will never really get as far into a game like that as Green would. I would have fallen off probably just as quickly, maybe a little bit slower. Maybe I would have gotten a little bit farther if I had played with Green, but probably not. I'm not the kind of player who can enjoy an MMO for that number of hours or for that like much of the experience. I really enjoyed Season of Discovery. I had a lot of fun when we played it together. It was like seriously like so much fun, like going through the Barrens and doing quests with you. But then like whatever it was, like phase 3 of Season of Discovery hit, and I was already feeling a little burnt out on it, and like you never really got on. So it just kind of turned into one of those things where it just never ended up happening. Can I pass through here? This might be a bit tight. It's really a question of whether or not the game's geometry is going to allow it. All right, lit. Doing all the extra quests was fucking banger. It was just cool having like a what felt like a fresh MMO experience. I really loved. It was such a cool experience in like the first couple weeks of Season of Discovery when like there's the cave right next to Orgrimmar where you do the Burning Legion. Not Burning Legion, Burning Hand? I can't remember what they're called. But there's that one really dangerous cave where you have to find that one lieutenant and like everyone's trying to get it, and so it takes forever to respawn and you just have to hope it shows up. It was so much fun like partying up with just total randos to do quests in the first few weeks of Season of Discovery. It was such like a genuine MMO experience. And like the day that we did the dungeon, I can't remember what dungeon it's called. Black Fathom Deeps, is that what it's called? Black Fathom Depths. And we fucking sat outside the entrance calling for a healer for like an hour because there's no looking for guild. Like it was so much fun. It was. We had such a great time. It's a shame that like I couldn't beat that dungeon, but we had so much fun. But then yeah, like phase 3 rolled around. It was getting to that point where like that progression is really slowed down because you need so much XP and so much money to like buy skills and buy skill levels. And it was just like, it was definitely like I was already feeling kind of burnt out on, and then like you not playing it too was like, all right, I really don't have much of a reason to play this at all, do I? And it was like, okay, I had my fun. Have you played Silksong yet? I've been holding off till I finished the Pantheons and Hollow Knight first. No, I hadn't played Hollow Knight when Silksong came out. So I played Hollow Knight and beat it. And I thought it was fine. I wasn't as impressed with it as a lot of other people were. So, like, I'll play Silksong eventually, but I wouldn't say I'm, like, raring to go on it. Hey, Mac, should I put pepper jack or American cheese in my sandwich? Pepper jack for sure. What kind of sandwich is it? I would default to pepper jack most of the time, but it's really going to depend on the sandwich. I like the spice. I like the pepper jack spice. Y'all, why aren't you liking the stream, SMH? So true. Why isn't anybody liking the stream? Sloppy Joe, that's a pepper jack sandwich for sure. For sure, that's a pepper jack sandwich. So yeah, I by the way, Green, we were talking about how you fucked me over by not playing Final Fantasy 14 with me, and then getting addicted to it later. But yeah, I will probably never, like, ever have like an MMO player's experience, like ever getting to like super deep into it. I'm just not that kind of gamer, you know. I'm really not. But every couple years I get the itch to play WoW again. I don't know if I'll ever stop going back to WoW every couple years. Every couple years I decide that I need to play WoW for like 20 or 30 hours and get a character to like level 40 and then never play it again and start a new one the next round. Because I don't know, it's like I played World of Warcraft so much when I was a kid, and so it's so nostalgic for me. And like sometimes you just hit so right and it's so much fun. And I can play something like Final Fantasy 14 and acknowledge that in many ways it is a better game than World of Warcraft, at least in terms of what I'm looking for in a game. Like the systems work better for like the kind of gamer that I am. But I'm not nostalgic for Final Fantasy 14, you know? I'm not nostalgic for walking through Orgrimmar. I'm not nostalgic I'm not nostalgic for whatever the towns are called, Ligma Lominsa, the way that I am nostalgic for the Barrens or Thunderbluff, you know? You should give Guild Wars a spin next. I started to play Guild Wars. I did. You know I did. I got a little bit into it, but I think I was too distracted by other games at the time. I was too distracted to like give it a decent amount of time, but I did enjoy it. I did. The Barrens, not the Pine Barrens. Christopher.
Why are you motherfuckers going so goddamn slow, huh? What's the deal? You don't got somewhere to be? I got somewhere to be, so get out the fucking way.
I've only got 20 minutes left on this job. I'm almost there. I don't know, man. Every now and then that World of Warcraft just hits so hard, you know? And it's such a distraction, too, whenever, like, one of those itches hits. Whenever one of those itches hits, it makes me want to play WoW. Because I'm like, I'll like lose interest in other games and just play WoW, and I'll like get distracted from videos and just play WoW, and I'll be sitting there like I am doing the same quests that I've done a dozen times in my life. I'm seeing the same places. I'm not going to reach the end of this game. I'll look at it and be like, this isn't really a valuable experience for me. But goddamn, I'm having a good time. It's such a distraction. It's really bad. Have you taken a look at Aaron Shore? Is that the like single player simulated MMO game that someone's making? I played the demo. I thought it was really cute. I actually think it's pretty fun. It's a pretty interesting game. I really liked that one. Aaron Shore, for anyone who doesn't know, it's like a single player MMO that wants it kind of wants to stimulate the experience of an online MMO. So that there are like fake players running around, and there's some really cute things that I like on the menu screen. There's a login screen and like server status window, and it's all fake, but it's like really cute. Wait till we tell them that having a good time is valuable enough for an experience. You are right, but like sometimes I'll be playing a game like that and I'll just remind myself that like there's all these other games that I want to play that I haven't played. And I'll just be like, I'm playing WoW again, you know? What's up, Kira? How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way in. I appreciate that. Chris disappointed me so much, TBH. I was really attached to his character at first. I feel like he kind of stayed true to his character to the end, I ain't gonna lie. All right, we in Louisiana. Let's see if I can find another job that will take me towards New Orleans. I want to see what they did with New Orleans. Can we add Monster Rancher 2 to the truck game rotation? We need more Big Banana. Well, Free Monkey is frozen. And I don't think Monster Rancher has cloud saves, so I'm pretty sure when I reset my PC, Free Monkey was destroyed. But I probably should do more Monster Rancher streams at some point, because I got a lot of clips out of that game. Y'all gotta remember, I'm not really a gamer. I'm just now getting into games. The fact that I completed a dungeon in Final Fantasy 14 for the first time feels amazing to me, Law. You should be proud. You should be proud. I hope nothing I'm saying is somehow diminishing that experience for you. What do you mean the fucking customer expects delivery soon? I'm right here, pussy. Don't want to park this. I kind of don't. I wish there was a better incentive to park in this game, because parking is really hard and it is pretty fun, but it's also tedious and pain in the ass, and it's only worth 40 XP. I'm gonna get like 1,000 XP for this job in total. 400, sorry. Like, it's not really worth it for just 40 XP, especially when I need 100,000 to level up. Oh, you're good. I'm just proud of myself for getting that far, haha. Well, that's wonderful. Now, wait until the day that you run the same dungeon like 40 times in a row in a single night to get an exclusive mount for a game that you'll stop playing pretty much right after getting said mount. Because I did that. I did that in Final Fantasy 14. I ran the same dungeon over and over and over and over again. And then I pretty much stopped playing it right away. But the very rare occasion, the very rare occasion that I do play Final Fantasy 14, I can use my cool Firewolf mount. So, those exclusive mounts are attainable other ways. I didn't know that at the time. Or do you mean that there was other ways to gain points? Because, like, yes, there were, but for me at that time, I believe what I did was the most efficient way to get it. It was the only way I could get it, like, that night. Mack, would you rather be a concubine for the Emperor or the Emperor's food taster? Probably concubine. Because there's less of a chance of getting poisoned. Not no chance, but less of a chance. Also, that mountain line is now in the free trial, so you can get the rest of the Kamui Uwu. I already have the one I wanted, so I'm good. So Mac, I have this game for you called Road to Empress. You were doing the most efficient grind for that event. Yeah! Yeah, so just wait until you get to that point in MMO. Doing good, just recently got into the comment writer. Nice. I never got into that personally, but I've heard good things about it. Optional. Is anything truly optional when it comes to a grind, you know, when you really want the cool fox mount? We're not talking about things that you're required to do. That's not what I was discussing. We're talking about the mindset of an MMO player. We're talking about when the sickness hits. But you optionally get some bitches. But what if the other concubines hate you because you give heavenly head? Then I'll show them how it's done. A real MMO player would grind the extremes, not the bonus. Why are you trying to gatekeep my MMO experience, Green? Look at me. I'm a gatekeeper. I make everything less fun for everybody else. How does it feel to be you? I enjoy taking the achievements of others away from them. That's you. Can I get some breast milk? I mean breast milk. I mean breast milk. Breast milk. At least Truck Simulator isn't an MMO. There is the convoy mode where you can talk to other truckers over the radio. But I don't play that because a lot of American Truck Simulator players are like racists, so I don't want to compete with them for the racism badge. I suggested I put American Truck Sim convoy mode on the list for the 24-hour live stream, but it got rejected. It got rejected. And never forget, I'm not going to expose who rejected it, but never forget what they took from you. Never forget that we could have had American Truck Sim convoy on a 24-hour stream. Is there a co-op mode or mod? Yes, there is. There's the convoy mode. It's literally just you are in the world driving with other players. It's not really co-op in the sense that you're not like trying to achieve the same objectives. It's the same gameplay as normal. You're just doing jobs like normal. But there's a ham radio that you can talk to the other truckers on. Hello, Captain. I have read more Kinnikuman volumes than One Piece now. That's cool. I'm happy for you. How you doing, Bork? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking it on the way, and I appreciate that. Why does everyone who has a mic in games racist and strictly speak in slurs? Well, so I mean, that is definitely a thing with multiplayer games in general, but for American Truck Sim, I definitely think this game appeals to a certain crowd. You know, for my job, for my real job, I follow freight news a lot. I read, keep an eye on like what's going on in the freight world in case I need to be aware of like freight being more expensive coming out of certain areas or freight things that are coming up, whatever. Freight delays, that kind of thing. And I read a lot of articles and I always love like reading the comments that get left by truckers because they are just so unhinged sometimes. It's always like the worst grammar shit you've ever read and the most nonsensical bullshit ever. And that's the same kind of shit you can expect in American Truck Sim convoy mode. Can you move? Oh, you're just gonna sit there like a fucking idiot, aren't you? Fine, I'll go around, pussy. Oh. Why are you backing up? What are you reversing for? Yeah, get out of here, man. What the fuck are you doing? We get it. You got rear-ended because you braked like a fucking moron. Now get out of the goddamn way for the rest of us. Oh, shit. Is this not the entrance to this place? Oh, no, there is an entrance here. I was about to go over the grass. The real trucking experience. Driving over the grass because you don't want to turn around. Sleep. Sleep, my sweet trucking angel. How did Susan make negative $41? Susan! What the fuck, man? Why did I hire you? Where is she? Susan? How did you just make minus $41? What's going on, bro? Oh, good. Susan leveled up at least. Really, Mac? Of course, she made negative money. Her name is Susan. All she does is storm. Ha ha ha. Okay, let's see what freight we got on the market. Something that would take me to New Orleans would be nice. Shit, I'm not looking at jobs in this area. I guess I should look at Lafayette. I'm so far away from it, though. Oh, that'd be good. To Homa. Homa? Okay. I was going for, like, Marge Simpson saying Homer, but I accidentally did Lois Griffin saying Homer. I used the wrong voice and accent. So okay, Homa would be good. That would get us closer to New Orleans. Albuquerque. I'm gonna deliver some butter to Albuquerque. Butter for this chicken restaurant that I like around there. It's really good. Where? Oh, this is just... What the fuck? Hang on a sec. There's a job here to deliver something from Alexandria, Louisiana to It's empty pallets again. It's empty pallets from Alexandria to Louisiana to Alexandria, Louisiana. I'm just taking the empty pallets that I just delivered and moving them to a different lot. Why'd they have me deliver them there in the first place? Okay, let's take the job to Homa. That's a good job. I kind of really hope that the Riot MMO explores Runeterra more. What is that? They only needed one, they sold the rest. I would really enjoy, I mean, this will never exist because it's just not the way that games are designed. At least that type of game design. But I would really enjoy... I would like to see an MMO with the people with limited time on their hands in mind, you know? I'd like to see an MMO that I can reach max level in like a month of casual playing, that I can start doing raids, dungeons fairly quickly, that I can get cool armor without spending 1,000 hours grinding a single enemy, something like that. Runeterra is the League universe. Oh, okay. Sorry, I am dumb. Given how they fumbled Hytale, I think you're right, Green. Is Hytale good? I looked up I looked up streams of Hytale since I know it just came out into early access. I was thinking about maybe picking it up, but I was also like, maybe I should wait until it's further along in its early access journey. Because the thing with survival games is, I feel like I feel like most survival games have like one good playthrough that they'll get out of me, you know? Like, I'll never play Minecraft again as much as I did the first time I played Minecraft. I will never get as far in a Valheim world as I did the first time I played Valheim. So, if I want to play Hytale, if I'm interested in Hytale, I want to kind of wait for it to be further along in development so that my one playthrough can be really solid and valuable and not just be based on, like, an incomplete product that, like, isn't done cooking, you know? Oh. Why are you driving like this, bro? Hytale, you mean knock off Minecraft? I mean, but the thing is, like, so what? You know? Have you tried Warframe? Not sure if it counts as an MMO. Pretty fun IMO though. I tried Warframe ages ago, and I really wasn't that into it. I am kind of interested in Soulframe. It does look kind of cool. I might give that a try when it comes out. Warframe wasn't really my speed the like one time I tried to play it. Maybe I would enjoy it if I gave it another chance, but I played it once and it just wasn't really my thing. I think if you like Minecraft, you'll like Hytale. Well, I do like Minecraft. Minecraft is fun. The thing I liked about it, or the thing that I was interested in about it, was kind of the more RPG-oriented experience that it seems to be selling. I don't know how they're delivering on that, but it seemed kind of cool. The issue is that MMOs survive on monthly engagement. I know, that's the thing. Like, I recognize that there will never be an MMO designed for, like, the casual person with a busy life in mind, because I'm just not the target audience, but I would like that. It would make me happy. I also kind of want to, like, support the developers of Hytale, since I know they, like, took the IP back from Riot and are probably pretty bereft of cash. But I don't know if they're chill. Maybe they're a bunch of racists. You never know with Minecraft developers. Hello, Mom. I'm excited for Soulframe. I will see when it comes out. Some of the trailers have left me a little, like, iffy on it. Some of the early trailers have made it look very, like, slow and clunky. But then more recent trailers looked better, so I don't know if they've, like, taken some of that criticism and worked on it or what. They shared they now have 2 years of runway. Okay, so they don't need my support right away. I can wait and see how the game shakes out. And considering the game, like, just came out yesterday, I'm sure that number's only going to grow for a little bit longer. Or just launched in early access. If they ever do a Steam release, I'm sure that'll be a big cash influx. But I'm sure the motivation to not do Steam release is exactly what Skippy said, avoiding the early access game bad review bombs. I'm actually excited for his Beta Decay. I think I had Beta Decay on my wish list. I can't remember. Let me look it up. Beta Decay. Maybe it's not on my wish list. I probably looked at it at some point because you've brought it up. Maybe I haven't. I don't recognize this. The vibes look cool. Is it a mech game? Dystopian RPG. Build spaceships, join factions, and fight for territory in a newly discovered star system. Becoming an engineer repairing starships, a mech pilot commanding war machines to a syndicate leader. It's getting raised deep within the labyrinthic Neon City. Can I just be an engineer? Or a baker? That does look pretty cool. They're adding multiplayer, which is nutty. Very cool. Like MMO style multiplayer or like lobbies co-op multiplayer? They either like children, are extremely racist, or commit hate speech, or they're an angel. I've yet to see a gray area in Minecraft players and devs besides Dream. I think you probably just don't hear about the middle ground as much, but the reason I err on the side of caution when it comes to like the Hytale devs is because I know like they're coming from like Hypixel, which is a Minecraft server, and a lot of Minecraft servers are like super predatory with like monetization and the way they're marketed to children, and so you just never know. Lobby. Okay, nice. I want to check out Spaceborne 2. Is that what it is called? Spaceborne 2, now that it's like out of early access. Someone recommended to me that a long time ago when I was like, I want my everything space game that doesn't suck and isn't Star Citizen and sucks and is never coming out. And someone recommended Spaceborne 2, and I've had it on my wish list for ages, and then it came out of early access and I still haven't bought it. Uh-oh. Mixed reviews recently. Did they make an update that people are unhappy about? I can't look through reviews right now. I'm trying to word this in the word limit about Minecraft. Uh-oh. What did I do? Who did I make angry? Yellow is typing. Be warned. Should I look at buying a new truck? I think I've got like one of the top of the line trucks in the game. I would probably have to like go on like the American Truck Sim subreddit and find like a ranking list of tiers of trucks in the game. But I think I already have like one of the top of the line trucks. I don't think there's a lot of room to go up at this point. How was your day, Mac? It was nice. I worked. It was a fairly productive day. And then I came home and I started streaming, you know? Can't complain about that. I had a good lunch. I adore Minecraft. I think updates will be hard since they are trying to stick to the vanilla feel of Minecraft, and no matter what they do, people will be vocal about hating the new updates. Oh, and the thing is, like, I feel like the hate towards Minecraft updates is so unjustified. Like, and this has absolutely nothing to do with the content of the updates themselves. I am not nearly educated enough on the subject to talk about that. The problem that I have with the people who get like super mad about Minecraft updates is like, if you don't like this version, just play the old version. Minecraft makes it very easy. The Minecraft launcher makes it very easy to just play an older version of the game if that's what you like. So I always like think it's a bit ridiculous when people are like, they ruined Minecraft with X update, and it's like, okay, play the version that didn't have it then, if you don't like it so much. I guess that limits you out of like other updates, but I don't know, man. Like if you were happy with a specific version, just keep playing that one.
They can't please everybody, bro. Oh, you slow motherfuckers. Get out the goddamn way!
Most of the drama seems to be just for the combat change between 1.8 and 1.16. Wasn't the combat update just like making the combat a little more enjoyable, or a little more, not enjoyable, that's subjective, very suggestive, but just more engaging, like requires a little more thought? Because I was very confused by this when I played Minecraft for the first time in a few years, like the way that you had to like time your attacks and all. But it's more fun than just spamming click, I think, after having played with that system a fair bit. It's more interesting than just spamming click. Can I tell you, by the way, how self-conscious I've been of using XD since Sunday? I was looking at clips the other day to like find something to edit, and I found a clip where like I was reading your chat message and you said XD. Guys, Nick Porter put out a... No, not Nick Porter. Nick Robinson? Nick Robinson put out a video recently about how people in Poland still to this day use frequently the emoticon XD. And we were watching it and Green was confused because she was like, I don't feel like XD is Nick. She was like, I'm so confused. I don't feel like XD is like that out of fashion. And I was like, Green, you're the only person I know that still uses it. Like I know no one else I know uses XD, only Green. And now she's very self-conscious about it. Use XD from time to time. I couldn't tell you the last time I used XD. It's not in my lexicon anymore. In 1.8, you basically just spam click, but in 1.16, crit damage exists and axes have a much higher crit rate, crit damage than swords. I will say, like, axes being more effective in some degree, in certain ways than swords is a little weird to me. Like, when I watch Minecraft speedruns and I see them using axes, it's a little it feels a little out of place to me, but, like, I don't know. In my experience playing Minecraft since that update hit, I've found the combat more engaging because you have to be a little more thoughtful about, like, moving in and then moving back and moving in and moving back instead of just spamming click. You just spam click. So it's like, I think it's a change that is like, the combat is still very simple, but requires the tiniest bit more thought, and in that way it becomes more engaging. A problem that I have with it is that it doesn't explain itself well. Like, I didn't know that you had to like wait to like do a higher damage hit at first. Like, I was like streaming Minecraft and someone explained it to me. Because I kept spamming click because that was what I was used to. The game doesn't really explain how you do the combat. Me wanting to send Mack a mashup, but rendered unable because it's Persona 4 spoilers. How truly unfortunate. Well, we've only got like 3 more years until Atlas releases Persona 4 Revived. Is that what it's called? I keep forgetting the actual name because my brain was infected with potential names. I still keep thinking it's going to be called Rewind because of Skippy's suggestion. Gotta be getting close to the end of this job, huh? Another hour. Not bad, not bad. It should be rewind. I have summoned Skippy. I still think the theory ones were better. I would have loved rerun. I agree. I can't remember what the actual name is. Is it not Reloaded? You're thinking of Persona 3 Reload. Persona 3 Reload, Persona 5 Royal, and I believe it's Persona 4 Revive. It's either Revived or Revival. Bork said it's Revival. There is the realistic combat mod that makes both versions look childish law. Well, yeah. If you add, like, super complicated mods to the game, it's going to do that. I still hold the Persona 4 Golden is perfectly fine to play. I'm sure you're right. I was planning to play Persona 4 Golden if they didn't announce a Persona 4 remake, but, like, if you ask me, I have watched footage of Persona 3. I find Persona 3 just much more stylish, and as dumb as it is, I really enjoy that. So I'm expecting the Persona 4 Revived is going to hit hard on the vibes because of what they did with Persona 3 Reload, and I want to play that version. I know Persona 4 Golden is a perfectly fine experience, but I kind of just want to play the remake. Also, I'm gonna be so real. It's Going Down Now is a way better combat song than Mass Destruction. No shades of Mass Destruction. It's a good song, but like It's Going Down Now just hits so fucking hard, bro. I can't wait for them to continue the loop with a new Persona 5 release. They are never gonna do Persona 6, are they? It's just not gonna happen. It's crazy how much of a cash cow Persona 5 has been for them. Like I was surprised to see how few like reviews Persona 3 Reload had on Steam compared to Persona 5 Royal. Because Persona 5 is just so popular. Persona 3 is so fucking good, dude. Uh-oh. Game froze. Isn't there a live service Persona 5, Persona 5 X or something? Yeah, so it started as a mobile game and now it's on PC. I installed it intending to play it and then never did. But from what I know, it is very much marred by like the trappings of mobile game design with like energy limits and shit. Honestly, the only thing I know from Persona is that it inspired Yanzeri Simulator and the Disturbing the Peace song. Disturbing the Peace is It's Going Down Now. Look into my eyes. I'm so mad the MC is a man again. The trailer made it look like they were finally getting another femc. Are they a man? I thought it was woman. We can just headcanon that they're femme green. I watched Morgan play it for like 2 hours before finding out it was a guy. Well, that's an impressive amount of deception, huh? Green's playing Final Fantasy 8 again. I think it's 8. I didn't count the number of... No, it would have to be 8 because it wasn't... VIX? No, IX. VIX. Roman noodles. Do you guys know they're going to be teaching Arabic noodles and Arabic noodles, Arabic numerals in schools now? They're teaching this shit to our kids. Woke ass country. Can't wait for Nick Porter to make a new video about Arabic noodles. Okay, I'm getting teased for my disability. Oh shit, there's a Jeep right there. It was in my blind spot. My mirror blocked him. I looked. But I have heard like I feel like an equal amount of praise and hate for Persona 5X, so I really don't know what's going on with that game. Arabic noodles are pretty easy to learn and useful for look more professional than you really are, lol. I really want to do a stream where I try to make noodles from scratch. I've never done it before. And I really want to like try making a bowl of ramen. I think like it used to be one of those things that I was really scared to do. I don't feel as scared to do it now because I'm so used to making bread. And that might sound weird because bread and noodles are very different things, but it's all about like getting used to dough and knowing the kind of consistency you're looking for. And I feel like I'm really good at like feeling out what the dough needs to feel like at this point in my baking career. I feel like I already know how noodle dough should feel. The only thing I know about P5X is the Subway Slammer. Is that a song? Noodle dough is super dry. It sure is. It would have to be for it to not stick together. I fucked up my first attempt because I thought it was too dry. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta listen to the recipe. One day I was just like, I want to make noodles, and I did no recipe, just water, flour, salt, and rolled out into sheets. Well, look at you. Subway Sandler is one of your targets. He's a guy who bumps into people at the subway. Is he like whatever the like super boss is in Yakuza who just roams around the city, and if you run into him, he'll just beat the shit out of you and steal all your money? And it's like a massive pain in the ass. He's apparently objectively one of the most evil villains in Persona. Oh, I see. You know what? I think I have seen a couple videos pop up about that guy. Because I remember seeing like one dude's face on a couple different YouTube thumbnails about like, fuck this guy sucks kind of type videos. What's going on over here? Someone getting pulled over right round Louisiana way. Pardon me. You've been driving too slow for this trucker. Instead of being like a pedophile or something, he knocks people on the ground, tells them to watch where they're going, has a chuckle about it, and leaves correctly. Like everyone else in the series has some sort of reason for doing what they do, but the Slammer just likes pushing people into trains for the love of the game. Kind of sounds like a legend. Wasn't there an antagonist that forced him off on a high school girl, or am I just misremembering? That's the first guy from Persona 5. We probably shouldn't. Yellow's in here and she's planning to play one of these games. We shouldn't spoil the antagonist from the game. Oh, freight market. That was what I was going to look at. Do we have anything going to New Orleans? That's what I want to do. I want to go to New Orleans. I have to go back to Lafayette to get to Baton Rouge. They don't have a highway running this way. Port Fortune. I don't want to do an oversized load. I had enough time with your mom last night. This one goes to Baton Rouge, but it goes right north. Why does the other one not go right north? Because no one needs freight in New Orleans. And New Orleans is kind of a big port, I feel like. There's got to be someone who needs... Okay, no one needs freight. New Orleans, apparently. Let's take used packaging to Baton Rouge. What was the other Baton Rouge one? It was an oversized load, right? No. It was a mobile screener. I barely know her. I'd rather take the used packaging. Yeah, but even he felt bad about it. The slammer shows no remorse. The slammer always talks about slamming. He's like Ethan Bradbury. I mean, what does he have a reason to feel remorseful? Like, I don't know. That kind of just sounds funny. It's just kind of a prank. You've been talking about going to New Orleans as long as I've been watching this stream. What's significant about New Orleans? It's just like the most important city in Louisiana and like a huge cultural hub. I forgot I was making the same joke. Did you forget who the guy was and we're just doing the same joke before I said it? It's the only reason to go to Louisiana. It's like the stream title is named "What the hell is in Louisiana?" New Orleans is in Louisiana, and that's it. That's all they have. Louisiana and New Orleans and swamps, I think. There's a lot of swamps. And New Orleans fucking sucks. New Orleans was in Chef. New Orleans was in Chef. I have been to New Orleans. I talked about this earlier in the stream. I've been to New Orleans, but I was like less than 10 years old and barely remember it. I have like a very vague image in my mind of probably pre-Katrina New Orleans. But I really don't remember it. Chef is a goated movie, both ironically and unironically. It is really good. Like it is actually very good. I've seen it a couple times now through Green. Like she's hosted watch parties that I've joined, and it is a very good movie. Like actually, and also a funny meme. It's a shame Jon Favreau didn't like keep making movies like that. What do the central states of America have going for them? Well, see, that's kind of where the joke of this stream's title came from, because the original one I did it for, I want to say, was something like Nebraska. There was the length of time that American Truck Sim was releasing a lot of like the central United States, and so I just titled the stream something like "What the hell is in Nebraska?" And then they released a new DLC, and I was like, oh, this applies here too. So I did another stream and called it "What the hell is in Wyoming?" And then it was like, "What the hell is in South Dakota? What the hell is in North Dakota? What the hell is in Iowa?" So I've just kept doing it, and like as we push further east, it's gonna make less and less sense, because once we get to like what the hell is in, I don't know, New York or Tennessee, there are actually things in those places, but there's just genuinely fucking nothing in the middle of the country. Fuck off, Copper. Instead, he pissed on the corpse of the Lion King. Yeah, truly. Detroit has Faygo. Faygo is not that goated. People act like Faygo is goated. Faygo's not that goated. Faygo's kind of washed. But Michigan has stuff. Michigan has Detroit and Ann Arbor and Traverse City. There's some cool places in Michigan. New York DLC has a job send you to New York City. You have a 2-mile job and it takes a full day in game. New York City DLC. New York DLC has a New York City delivery where you drive your truck into a building that is right next to another building that looks very similar. Verner's is a more deserving iconic soda for Michigan. That is so true. Verner's is so goated. Verner's is unbelievably goated. It's like the two things that I really miss from the Midwest, probably besides like friends and family, are Verner's and Steak and Shake. And Steak and Shake is kind of washed because their like corporate entity came out as like super right wing and like made a big deal of switching away from vegetable oil and to beef, and so like beef oil for frying fries, and it was like super duper cringe. I still went when I was in Michigan again because it's like my old comfort food and super nostalgic to me, and I fucking love it. But as an entity, Steak and Shake is undoubtedly washed. I heard a joke about the lack of content in the central states when something like what's in Missouri. And it's so funny too, because like in American Truck Sim, every time they would announce one of these DLC, people would be like, why are you doing a Wyoming DLC? There's nothing in Wyoming. What's wrong with you? And it's like, well, they're not just going to skip Wyoming. But like, okay, let's take a look at the world map real quick. Hang on. I want to do this. So they have released these like a lot of these central states, and they're starting to push into like the more interesting eastern states. Like once we start getting into like Arkansas and Kentucky and Tennessee and Illinois, we got Chicago and Illinois. But like when they were doing all of these states, like all of these, people kept, whenever they would announce it, people would be like, why are you even doing a DLC for this? There's nothing in there. And I think they got sick of seeing that. So they announced that they're doing a DLC for British Columbia up here in fucking Canada. They're going into Canada before they finish the US. And I'm a little annoyed about it because like I really want American Truck Sim to get to the point that I can do a cross-country road trip, and it feels like it's so close. It's so close. If they just like hotlined it, they could do like Tennessee and Virginia, and then I could do my cross-country road trip. But no, they're doing fucking British Columbia. Steak and Shake is a mess. My friend worked there from like 2011 to 2015. She even had like the COO come to her store to help out. It's such a shit show. They're just trying to squeeze blood from a stone. There was so much turnover in my experience with Steak and Shake. Like the Steak and Shake that I went to it a lot because my apartment was like right next to it, and I love Steak and Shake, so I would get Steak and Shake all the time. And there was new people working there constantly. Their turnover is insane. There were not many like repeat staff there that I would see. Where is this? Is it like here? Ah, there you are. But the burgers are so good, and the fries, oh my god. Steak and Shake has the best fries, like hands down. For the cost, at least. You know, maybe if you go to a more expensive place, you can get better fries. But for the cost, Steak and Shake fries are insane. Just notice the crown next to my name is because I yap so much. Yeah, it's the chat leaderboards. You're in the number 3 spot right now. It is now North American Truck Simulator. They can't really do it. They would have to erase states like Rhode Island, have to be removed in Delaware. What are you talking about? Like, size-wise, you wouldn't be able to do Rhode Island because it's too small for the scale of the game. I've been saying for a long time that when they get into a lot of these eastern states, they're probably going to start grouping them together in one DLC. Like, instead of getting a New Hampshire DLC, we'll probably just get like a New England DLC. And like Rhode Island will be like a tiny speck as part of the New England DLC. I think there's no way they don't like complete the US, but I think they're just doing the British Columbia so that they can go into Alaska without having to do like a ferry situation. Like I think they want you to be able to drive to Alaska, and so they're doing a bit of Canada to get you to that point. That's what I think they're doing. I don't believe that they're just going to not do certain states. I think they won't do individual DLC for every state. they're going to start grouping them together, because that's what they do with the Euro Truck Simulator. Euro Truck Simulator has groups of countries in one DLC. Like, they just released the Nordic Horizons DLC, which has Norway, Finland, and Sweden all in one. Three-hour job. Okay. Pretty sure nothing there is vegetarian anymore. At Steak and Shake, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's not, because of their whole like beef oil fetish. While we're on the topic of food, does the burger on a melted plate of cheese trend annoy anyone else? It's very wasteful. It seems like hell for the poor dishwashers. I don't know about this either. Is this a new thing? Is it just like no bun? Or is it like a whole burger and the cheese is on the outside? What is it? I don't understand. Beef tallow? Well, I don't remember. I don't care. American Truck Sim has like a scale of 1 to 8, and Euro Truck Simulator is like 1 to 11 to allow for all the close European cities. The video talks about did the math for scaling, and like New York, Boston, and Philly would all be the same city. I think like feasibly, I don't know. I believe there is a solution to it. I believe that they could like probably enlarge the scale of those locations on the map. Or sorry, not on the map, but like in the world, but not on the map. So like when you get into that section, like if you were to see a view of the map, you'd start moving slower across the map because they keep the scale of the map the same, but the locations themselves are larger. That could be a solution. And like I said, like, you know, they can just start grouping states together. Obviously, it's not going to be as detailed as a lot of people probably want. But I still don't believe that I don't believe that they're just going to not do it. I think they will do it. It's just going to need some kind of solution. Easy fix, make existing states larger and more detailed than the smaller states to that scale. Oh yeah, that'll take no time at all. Who's the number one Yap God? You can look at it. You can look at it, can't you? Can you pull up the top fans? I can. Who is number one right now? Yellow is number one right now. Although Yellow is tied for number one with Skippy and Matsugan and Soft, because the cap XP just like caps out at some point and doesn't unlock for a while because it's a stupid fucking system. Apparently, the like XP limits don't exist if you get more viewers, so they're specifically targeting me for being a small YouTuber. They did this to make fun of me specifically. But yeah, if you give me money, you actually can go past the limit. Fun fact, if you wanted to do that. If you send donations or super chats, your XP cap goes up. It's pay to win, and I love it. No, they like put a bunch of melted cheese on a plate, then cut the burger in half and place it on the cheese. Why? I don't understand. Is it at least like, is it melty cheese? Like is it like nacho cheese that you can like dip your burger in? That seems really pointless. I wonder when we'll get an airplane simulator and start getting titles like what the hell is in North Korea. I mean, I could do that actually, because Microsoft Flight Simulator, the 2020 version, just uses Google Earth to generate its map. So you can get like it's like a one-to-one Earth that you can fly over with like Google Maps imaging to generate the cities. So I mean, you can do that, but I actually did do a couple of Microsoft Flight Sim streams back in the day. It was a pretty fun game. I don't know if I think I was pretty bad at it. I did manage to make a few like successful flights, I think, where I didn't crash the plane on landing. But it was hard. Send a picture of the burger on Discord. Okay, I gotta take a look. People are adding me on multiple places. Okay, so it is like dipping cheese. I don't know. That just seems like too much cheese for a burger. I feel like it would like mask everything out. I'm not huge on that. Oh, who's that? Have your car trouble somewhere else, bro. I'm trying to drive right now. Man, I haven't had a burger since I got back to the US. I kind of want a burger, but I shouldn't have a burger tonight. I have food at home I should be eating. I want Five Guys, though. Five Guys for me is very much like the quintessential US burger. It would be Steak and Shake if I had a Steak and Shake near me, but in my area, Five Guys is like my quintessential US burger. The cheese also fucks up the fries, makes them soggy as hell. Yeah, I bet it would. I bet it would absorb into them and not be very good. Wonder how a deep fried burger would taste. Heart-wrenching. That's how it would taste. Covers is really good too. I don't think I've had Covers before. What is covered? Covers. Culver's. Did you mean Culver's? Culver's is great. I don't have Culver's here either. Culver's isn't in Oregon, but Culver's is lit. Those fucking concrete mixers are crazy too. Cement, that's concrete, baby. You meant Culver's? Okay, yeah, Culver's is lit. Culver's is great. I'm not huge on their like buttery buns thing. That's that. I kind of have a problem with that because it's like it's very oily. The butter burgers are good. They're very good. They are just a bit oily. That's my only problem with them. They're quite slick. Well, that's a pretty bridge I drove over. I wasn't looking at that when I was driving over it. They have a really yummy veggie patty. Silence, vegetarian. The meat eaters are eating. So like a 5-minute walk for me, so there's bias. I mean, the Steak and Shake I went to was like a 2-minute drive away from me. But that was not why. I loved Steak and Shake long before I started like living next to one. It was the go-to like 3 a.m. burger for several of my friend groups, really. Like when I worked at summer camps, and when you work at a summer camp, you know, you work from like 7 a.m. to like 10 in the evening, and you don't get to go out every night because people. So you know, some of the staff members still have to be around to like make sure people don't fucking die. But on the nights you get to go out, you know, we'd stay out late, we'd have fun, and frequently end up going to Steak and Shake. And so Steak and Shake was like the go-to 3 a.m. burger from like me and my camp counselor friends. So there's a lot of nostalgia baked into it. And then like the same thing, it pretty much became the same thing for like me and Green's like friend group. Like we would do like the 3 a.m. Steak and Shake runs. And as Green is saying, like it's open until 4 a.m. and it's not like just the drive-through that's open. Like the dining room is open until like 4 in the morning. So you could go late as fuck at night, sit down, hang out, have some burgers and fries, and it was so good. I'll be real though, and I think some people will find this to be slander, but it's just the God's honest truth. Steak and Shake's shakes were kind of mid. They were kind of mid. Five Guys makes better shakes than Steak and Shake did. Shake Shack makes better shakes than Steak and Shake did. Steak and Shake had the good steak. The shakes were good, but not amazing. They were really affordable though. See, that's the thing that Steak and Shake really had going for it. Like you could get a better burger than Steak and Shake. You could find better fries than Steak and Shake. You could find a better shake than Steak and Shake, but not at that cost. Being able to get a triple with fries and a shake for like $7 and have it taste that good, it's fantastic. Steak and Shake was like barely more expensive than McDonald's, but significantly better tasting. So you are right. I only criticize it because it's literally in the name, Steak and Shake, but their shakes were not amazing, but they were affordable, very affordable, and not like bad. I think the only real problem I had with them was they were just kind of thick. Like they didn't flow like a milkshake should. They would be fine if they were a little less thick. God, I would love some Steak and Shake right now. I'm so sad that I don't have it here, even though they're racist and weird. Very serviceable 3 a.m. food. More than serviceable 3 a.m. food. It was like a good 3 a.m. option. McDonald's is like serviceable 3 a.m. food for me. Steak and Shake was like good 3 a.m. food. Like I said, it was like my comfort food. It was like my comfort food. It was like if I had a bad day at work, I would go to Steak and Shake. If I was going through a breakup, I'd go to Steak and Shake. If I was just kind of depressed and needed something to eat, I would go to Steak and Shake. You don't have to mourn it anymore, lol. What do you mean I don't have to mourn it? Because they're racist and weird? Because I would still go. What's up, Capri, by the way? Welcome to the stream. Thanks for liking on the way. We haven't seen you in a while, brother. How you been? Slander, a thick milkshake is superior? No, it's really not. You need a nice middle ground. Because if it's so thick that it barely goes up the straw, then just get ice cream, man. You need it to be like thin enough that you can suck it up through a straw with relative ease. With Steak and Shake shakes, you'd have to like give it a solid minute of sucking before it would start to flow, you know? Chad, I think he's telling us he's depressed and going through a breakup. A cousin of mine had us eat Long John Silver's when we were in Virginia during the 4th of July, and it fucked us up and we all hated it. Long John Silver's blows. Long John Silver is his ass. Dude, it's not good. You know it's bad when the shake lasts longer than most men. That's fucked up. If you wanted ice cream, go to Dairy Queen. Steak and Shake really fell flat on their shakes almost every time. Yeah, I mean, they did. And that's the thing, too. Like, when I would get a shake from Steak and Shake, it was more often because I wanted ice cream rather than a shake. I wasn't really expecting a shake when I would get a shake from Steak and Shake because, again, their shakes were just too thick. I would eat it with the spoon. You know, when you get a milkshake, they usually give you a straw and a spoon. And when I eat a milkshake, I tend to prefer the straw. But with Steak and Shake shakes, I would take the spoon because I was basically eating ice cream. It was not thin enough to be a shake, really. You said a whole minute of sucking. I know what I said. You made a funny joke. It was just a fucked up call out of most men who aren't me. That doesn't apply to me. Long John Silver's is the place the protagonist goes and gets food poisoning before the second act climax. Long John Silver's is the place that they go on a whim and get fucking food poisoning. They get poison, damage ticks from that place. Damage over time. I wanted something sweet with my fries and burger, and Steak and Shake has shakes, so yeah, I mean, like, that's the thing. It's not, they're not bad. It's not. I would never say that a steak and shake is bad, but it's really not what I'm looking for from a shake, from a milkshake. That's not what I want when I order a milkshake. When I order a milkshake, I want something that's like smooth and creamy, flows down the tongue nicely, and because of green, all of this sounds really fucked up. But with steak and shake, like it's ice cream. There's very little milk in that shake. It's mostly ice cream. And it still tastes good. But when I think of shake, it's not really what I want. I'm running this light. I don't give a fuck. Fuck you, coppers. I'm almost done with this delivery. I've been talking about steak and shake this whole time. Hey, Dream Burger. Bet you don't have shakes like steak and shake. There's an old steak and shake in my town, one of the first like 20 ever built, still has the old diner decor. I think they still do that with the new stores, don't they? I've never seen a steak and shake that didn't have the diner decor. One of the things I miss with dairy is blizzards. I was never big on the blizzards, to be honest. Like, they're fine. It's an okay ice cream choice. Again, like Dairy Queen is not like my like go-to ice cream place. It's like for me, kind of bottom of the barrel ice cream places. I like my milkshake so thick that I honestly should just get ice cream. Then get ice cream and let the rest of us have our creamy, thin milkshakes. Not thin per se, but thinner than thick, you know? Actual criminal take on DQ, what? DQ is not that good. It's like, it's alright. It's fine ice cream. Maybe you guys don't have like the same tier of local ice cream that I have access to. I've got really good ice cream where I'm at. Woo! Stewart's gas station is my go-to ice cream place. If you know, you know. I don't want to park this. I'm very lazy. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? I can't choose a favorite. It's like choosing a favorite child. I used to say mint chocolate chip, but I don't know. Like, I don't want mint chocolate chip every time. I love cookie dough. I love cookies and cream. Moose Tracks is great. There was a burger place in Seattle that was a chain. I can't remember. That was like Steak and Shake, like Great Pacific or something. Interesting. TBH, if you have access to Culver's concrete mixers, you may as well skip the DQ. That's such a based take, and it's so true. Maybe that's why I'm not as into DQ, because I had access to Culver's. Like, concrete mixers go hard. DQ blizzards are like whatever, comparatively. Tillamook goat. Tillamook is great. Tillamook makes great ice cream. Tillamook makes great dairy anything. I buy half the dairy shit I buy since I moved to the Pacific Northwest is Tillamook stuff. No, that's not a gas station. Man, I'm nowhere near gas and sleep, am I? There's nothing nearby here. I'm going to have to go all the way here to get there. It's such a pain in the ass. It's an hour and a half drive to get gas and sleep. What the fuck is up with Baton Rouge, man? Is anyone familiar with Kawartha Dairy? It's an Ontario thing, I think. I put it up there with Tillamook. I have not seen that. I live in Oregon, and I have not seen that. It was a really good ice cream joint that got torn down because the moderator in my area wanted to make the place healthier for some reason. That sucks. Fuck that guy. I wonder when Mack gonna East guy somebody. What I feel like it, I guess. I'm not saying that like we don't have Kawartha Dairy in Oregon. I just haven't seen it, at least at my local grocery stores. It is good ice cream from Stewart's. I'll keep that in mind the next time I'm in New York. Maybe I'll have some ice cream after this stream. I have some Tillamook in my freezer right now. It's the German chocolate cake flavor. Why are you fuckers going so slow? Oh, I can't pass them. This isn't... I mean, I guess there's nothing really stopping me from passing them other than the in-game, the video game laws, which who fucking cares about those, am I right? I make so much money that laws don't really apply to me in my trucking company. How much money do I have right now? $500,000, almost $600,000, and that's after buying like 4 trucks and hiring 4 drivers. Stewart's area is so fucking good. I know people who moved out of New York who get it shipped to them. I guess like my take really is that like DQ is like it's like the McDonald's of ice cream. It's like it's everywhere, it's always available, it's always an option, but there's almost always gonna be like a better local option. Local ice cream stores are like, every town has a local ice cream store, and I feel like they're always like a better option. I have 2 local ice cream stores that I like to frequent around here that I would take over DQ any day. If you're rich enough, you can get away with literally anything. I'm not that rich, though. I'm not get away with anything rich. I'm just get away with most minor crimes rich. Got robbed by a shop doing poke bowls, and it was just a white guy named Daniel. I was so pissed I paid $18. I mean, was it... I guess I have to assume the poke bowl wasn't good. Like, a white guy named Daniel could still make a good poke bowl. But it sounds like he didn't. There's a weird place near me that is a Korean-Mexican mixed restaurant. They make like burrito bowls, and tacos with like bulgogi or other Korean barbecue meats. And it's really not a good combo. Like I've tried it a couple of times because I was hopeful that it would be kind of lit. It's really not. Oh no, yeah, I gave it a chance. It was just, I just wanted like, I have some really good authentic Mexican food options in town, and I just wanted those instead. It was incredibly mid. He was the corniest man I've ever met. Aw, poor Daniel. Just a corny man trying to make poke bowls, and you're shitting on him. Korean Mexican is shockingly popular in Toronto. Really? Interesting. It's not the kind of place that I would expect that. Korean Mexican fusion sounds really difficult to make. I don't think that to make it good. I think you're right. I think it's not impossible, but it would be hard, and the place that I have in town just doesn't do it very well. There's a Vietnamese Mexican place in Dallas you have to try if you ever visit. Is it good? I'm assuming it's good if you're recommending it in that manner. Or maybe you're telling me it's so fucking bad you gotta see this shit. It is really good. Nice. Hell yeah. I try to be a pretty adventurous eater. I'll try a lot of things. So when I see a restaurant advertising Korean Mexican food, I absolutely wanted to try it, but I just was not impressed. These red lights, man. I'm trying to get somewhere. I've always wondered, why does Taco Bell mess up people's stomachs but not mine and maybe a few other people? Because their ingredients are dog shit. They use horribly processed shit that is just horrible for your body. But I love it. Taco Bell's fucking great. Taco Bell is not Mexican food, but I love me some Taco Bell. Some days I don't want Mexican food, I want Taco Bell. Actually, I would say more days I want Taco Bell than I want Mexican food, to be entirely real. Quesarito's back, baby. Quesarito's back. You reminded me about an ice cream shop I used to frequent, so I looked it up, and it's a sandwich place now. It was the only local ice cream place near me. Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for your loss. Taco Bell is just on top for the drive-thru slop category. It really is. It's like some of the best fast food. I eat a lot of Mexican food, but I also eat a lot of Taco Bell. Both are super vegetarian friendly. I actually haven't gotten like real Mexican food in a while. There's the Mexican food place I like to go here. What? Where's? Hang on. What's going on here? This is an X wall. I can't drive through this, right? Fuck off. Why is it directing me this way then? What? Where does my GPS expect me to go here? I'm so confused. Oh, I took the wrong turn. This is on me. I'm looking at the ramp from the other side. Anyway, the place I like to go get Mexican food has makes Jamaica, which is amazing. If any of you guys have never had Jamaica before and you go to a Mexican food place or just a Latin American food place and you see that they have Jamaica on the menu, try Jamaica. Jamaica is so good. Jamaica is like it's essentially like an iced hibiscus tea, but like really rich flavor-wise compared to like a hibiscus tea, and it's so good, dude. Jamaica is fucking lit. So sometimes I'll like go get Mexican food because I want Jamaica. Like I want to drink Jamaica. And I'm like, I could, like, the Mexican food is like just a bonus. Like I'm going for the Jamaica and I'm picking up a burrito while I'm there. Jamaica is delicious. I really recommend it. They also have tamarindo and horchata, but I'm not really huge on either of those. I do like tamarindo, but I like Jamaica more. And horchata tastes fine, but it always has like a chalky aftertaste that I don't like. Jamaica airman trout. They cast the dude who voiced Thor in God of War Ragnarok as Kratos in the God of War live action show. Oh, that's who's playing him? I only saw pictures. I couldn't like picture what his voice sounds like right now. but he looks like he would fit the role. That name sounds like it came from an alien juice. So the funny thing too is Jamaica is spelled Jamaica. It's the same spelling as the country Jamaica. And so the first time I tried to order Jamaica, I was like, that looks really good. And I was like, I don't know how to pronounce this. I'm going to try my best. And it was like the most embarrassing moment ever. Because I was like, can I get some Jamaica? And they didn't know what I was fucking talking about. And they had to like call over one of their more English speaking waitresses and figure out what the fuck I was asking for. I'll never forget how to pronounce Jamaica ever again because of that moment. Poor little white boy. I love Jamaica. It's so good. Bro truck streams always have lore. Because I'm just shooting this shit and talking about whatever. Gringo problems. I had never heard of it before. Like, I saw it on the menu and I thought it looked good, but I never heard of it before. And like my brain didn't really like think about how like the J in Spanish tends to be pronounced like more like a Y. So I saw it and it like looked like a word I'd seen before. But I knew before I even said it, I knew it was going to be wrong to call it Jamaica, but I had no idea how it was supposed to be pronounced. So I just tried Jamaica and guys, it wasn't Jamaica. I'm sorry. It's Jamaica. Non-Mexican friend did the same thing when getting jarrito from a food truck, and I didn't stop making fun of him. All right, let's see. Not quick job. Is there anything going to New Orleans? That's like the one place I want to go right now. There's nothing going. No one wants to go to fucking New Orleans. Even the people in Louisiana give a fuck about New Orleans. All right. Well, I think I'll call it here then. Because like I said, I kind of wanted to do a shorter stream today. Because I'm preparing my body and soul for 24-hour live stream on Saturday. Sounds like it would be spelled Hamyika if it was an English word. So yeah, shorter stream today. Sorry about that. But we're getting prepared for the 24-hour live stream, which is on Saturday, 7 a.m. Pacific time. 24 hours of Captain Mack live stream content. You can't tell me that you're busy. You cannot. You're not busy for 24 hours straight. You will have time. And if you don't stop by, I'll be pissed. Now I'm top chatter. No, yes. Legend Mott's again with the pay to win to be top chatter at the end of the stream. We love it. I'm not a fan of Doritos. Taste too much like melted popsicles to me. Yeah, I liked them a lot when I was young. But as an adult, I'm not so into them. Actually, there's a small store that sells ice cream that a friend showed me. It doesn't look like a shop at all. It looks like someone's house. No signage or anything. Oh, Green with the $2. Does Green take the number one? Nope, she's too far behind in her XP cap. Only number 2. But still, pay to win. Let's go. Cheaters always win. Are you going to play Quarantine Zone? That's a very specific question about a game I do not know. Quarantine zone. What is quarantine zone? $20 from Bork. $20 from Bork to snap the number one at 1,000 XP. And another $150 from Green to take the number two. We love pay to win. Thank you, Bork, who is the canonically biggest fan of Captain Mack, because they have more XP and are obviously number one in the chat. So like they're the number one fan. Thank you, my number two fan, Green, and my number three fan, Mots again. Everyone else, I might as well not even be talking about you. We're talking to you. So. Quarantine zone. I don't know. Is quarantine zone good? Crazy? Looks like this game just came out. $25 from Green to snatch the number one from the jaws of defeat. Maybe I'll just sit here. Maybe I'll just sit here and wait and let you guys fight it out over who's the number one Captain Mack fan. Another $20 from Bork. From the jaws of defeat, they snatch number one back up. Sorry, my friend is making all this money. Yeah, very good, very good way to take the L. Very sportsmanlike. Guys, we got to stop. No, we don't have to stop. We don't have to stop. Does anybody want to comment and like take it from all three of them? If you spent like well, maybe not 50. If you spent like $60, I think you could beat all three of them and be number one chatter and number one fan canonically. Not even a truck on stream anymore. Would knock me off the podium too. It'd be pretty funny. Pretty funny. Well, thank all of you so much for the donations. That's incredibly generous of you, and I really, really appreciate it. I will use your money to buy Jamaica and ice cream. I'm too broke, but just happy to be here. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. Don't forget, 24-hour live stream on Saturday. We're going to be doing a job simulator themed 24-hour stream, 24-hour work shift. We got a lot of fun games lined up, and 24-hour live streams are always a blast. So I really hope you'll join us for that. I appreciate you all. You're all legends. You're all amazing. Especially my top three chatters who are canonically the biggest fans and best people in the chat. Add Quarantine Zone to that list. Is it a job simulator? I guess kinda, but is it co-op? It's probably a bit late for me to add it to the list and a bit expensive. How much does it cost? Yeah, $18 for 4 people, and it's not even co-op, so unfortunately we're gonna have to skip that one for the 24-hour stream. But I appreciate y'all. See you all on Saturday for the 24-hour stream. It's gonna be great. You're all legends. I appreciate you all. Thanks for hanging out. And we'll talk to you on Saturday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your week. And I look forward to a fun 24-hour live stream weekend. Appreciate you. Bye-bye.